Hey everyone, just doing a little bit of a different video today. This is a small little PC that I have been building over the last couple of months. Some of these parts are not new to me, like some of them I've had in storage for a while, and some of them I've bought recently because I know that they're good and I wanted to use them again. So this little machine that you've got here, this is actually a micro ATX case. So it's really quite small. As you can see, it's only got 4 expansion slots, and it's not a full height. It's the small form factor ones, which saves you a lot of room. Basically, I wanted to build a little machine. This is going to be a DOS only machine. I'll probably put 98 SE on it anyway, just to help copy from USB sticks and stuff like that. But it's mainly meant to be focused for doing DOS stuff. Now, you're probably wondering what motherboard I've got in there. So you can see here, the case is it's actually a little bit bigger than ATX. I'm not sure quite why, but that's just how the case is. But the ATX, fits fine, as you can see. Now, basically, the board I've used is actually an ITX form factor. So this one's made by VIA. ITX is more of an industrial-sized mini motherboard that VIA actually was the ones who came up with the idea. Now, this board here is actually a little hidden gem. I think it's one of the best little motherboards that you can buy, especially for size-wise, for ITX or micro ATX, obviously, because you can see the extra space just here for if you had a micro. So this is ITX. So it's basically a square, and it's basically the same width as the actual expansion here. And obviously, you've got a PCI slot. I've never seen one with an ISA slot. But that would be pretty cool. But the cool thing about this board is, it's called a VIA Eden CPU board. So it's what's called a VIA EPIA, and this is the 800 mega version, so -1 800. Now these are older. They've been around for quite a while. But the cool thing is that everything you could possibly need is on board. You've got your video. So you don't need a video card because that's on board. It's a Trident Super VGA card, so it runs great with anything DOS, any DOS games or anything like that. Obviously, you still got your standard ports like for your keyboard, printer, USB, sound, and a serial port, or networking as well. The cool thing about the sound card on here, which is another reason why this is a hidden gem, is that it actually supports Sound Blaster in DOS. So it'll run just like a Sound Blaster. I haven't come across any games that won't run with it. It works really well, and that's right out of the box. You don't have to add an expansion card on. It's just via the onboard. Now, a guy called JazzFox, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, made a utility to help with that. So basically, you go into the BIOS and you set up the Sound Blaster, and then you run a TSR to simulate the FM synthesis that you need. And so JazzFox, he wrote the actual program that just does the FM bit. But it's really easy to set up. It's if you know DOS, you'll be fine. So basically, you don't have to add a sound card. So you've got full Sound Blaster in DOS, and it just runs. I mean, this is the 800 megahertz version. There is a 600, and I think there's a 500 as well. But you can slow them down. You can slow them down in the BIOS, or you can use, if you can just see in here, there's 2 little yellow jumpers in there. That actually changes the speed via hardware. So I've got that clocked down. I think I've got it clocked to 200 or 266. Somewhere around, it's 200 and something. Plus you can go into the BIOS and turn the caches off, and change the speed there. But I just like using these 2 jumpers, which makes it really easy. So basically, I've just got this in case. This case is actually I bought secondhand because it's tiny. It's got a, I don't know how well you're going to see it. It's got a, I don't know, maybe that's a better picture there. It's got a full 5¼ inch bay there and a 3.5 inch bay here. So I was going to put an IDE CD-ROM drive in here. This is a SATA one. It came with a SATA one, but obviously I'll be using IDE because my board doesn't have SATA, which is not a problem. You can still get drives brand new. It's easy. And then I'll put a LS120 floppy drive, and that goes to IDE, and that'll go straight in as well. That's another little hidden gem as well, is the LS120s, the super floppies, as they're also known, without any drivers, as long as your motherboard supports it, which the BIOS in this does. I have updated this to version 2.07 though, so I assume the older versions still do have it as well, because they've still got the settings for it, so I assume they do. So without drivers, the LS120 drive will work as a 1.44 megabyte floppy drive without you needing to do anything. All you need to do is plug it in, tell the BIOS it's there, and then it should work without drivers. So that's something that's really, really cool as well. So as you can see, I haven't finished building this. I've just popped the motherboard in. As you can see, I just wanted to do a little video just to sort of show it. I've obviously got to get some adapters. This is USB 3, but this doesn't have the right header on it because this is just USB 2. So I've got to get an adapter. I've seen them on eBay and stuff, so it shouldn't be a problem. So yeah, so guys, so this is a little machine. So this will be for DOS only, and it's perfect. I'm pretty sure if you want to do DOS networking for like multiplayers, I'm pretty sure this network card works in DOS as well. It comes with all the DOS drivers you're going to need, and is NE 2000 compatible and IPX, which is what you need for doing DOS gaming, like for Doom or Warcraft or Warcraft 2 or Descent. Any of the old time stuff like that will run without a problem. So yeah, so this is a little guy. I've done a little bit. It was all SATA, and of course I don't need SATA because I'm running, everything's all older IDE, there's no SATA in it. So I got these two connectors, but this wasn't enough, so I modified it and added two more floppy connectors, mainly for the compact flash, because I'm using a compact flash for the IDE drive, which are also great to use as well. And that sits in here in one of these slots and needs a power connector. So I've got two power connectors there now. I added all that. So it's got that. I left two SATA just in case, so these came straight out, but I probably will never use them. So I've got the two Molex there, another floppy there, so I use them for the CD-ROM and the floppy, and then these will be the compact flash. And I'm not sure if I'll add one compact flash or two compact flash, so I added two plugs to it because that's what they use. It's just a tiny little power supply. I think it's only 300 watts or 250, which will be heaps for this. I mean, you can buy little power supplies for these and run them off a car battery, so they don't use much power at all. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, guys, that's a little machine that I've been working on, mostly on the weekends. I haven't been doing a lot of work on it lately because I've been unwell, as most of you guys would know by now. But yeah, I just want to do a quick little video. If anybody's interested in it, I can probably shoot some more as I start, finish building it. If anybody wants more info about what's inside and etc, etc, yeah, just send me a message and I'll help you out. I hope you guys enjoy this. Catches.